Okay, so with everything that's been going on and with all of the disparate nonsense I've been doing, shut up, fall from grace. With everything that I've been thrown into in every direction, I figured that since that I'm already here, I think the best thing that I could do at this point is to try and wrap up as much as I can within here before I try and figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do with Delora. So, I guess in that
All
regard, let's
right.
start taking care of everything else. So, okay, no one to talk to in here. As you make to search the armoire, its handles suddenly yank out of your grasp as the drawers slam themselves shut. A disdainful issues from the cabinet. Hello? Hello indeed. The armoire gives another So what have we here? A rogue after some lady's frilly undergarments, Who are you? I am Luis, and who are you? Thoughtless, uncouth fellow rummaging around in other people's things. Never mind that. What are you doing here? Well, sir, if you must know, I am being an armoire. But why are you being an armoire in this brothel? I happen to have become an armoire because I want to be an armoire, thank you very much. It's not to watch the ladies undressing, not to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawers where they can rub against my skin. Such accusations are an insult to the practitioner of the magic arts. I am merely soaking in the experience of what it means to be an armoire. The sights, the smells, the sensations. So all the women know about this then? Yes, yes they do, and they wholeheartedly approve of, well, not with their entire hearts exactly, and while they have not spoken of their approval of my presence, since they are not exactly aware that I am an armoire, I would not want them to know that I am anything but, and so far have not been able to inquire upon the matter. I had some questions for you. Yes? What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, Echo. She can't have always been mute, you know. Otherwise, I am most certain she would have learned some other means of communicating in the meantime. It must have been a recent occurrence. Can you return to your normal form at will? The armoire seems to think about this for a moment. I have no need to share such secrets with the likes of you. And besides, there is no cause to change back at the present moment, since I have not yet experienced the full sensations of being an armoire. It is a complex thing to hold and sort soft, frilly clothing. Smells of wondrous women. Okay, this is getting creepy. A drawer slides open and closed, the sounds mimicking a pleasant sigh. Okay, that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna back away very
I'm
slowly.
gone.
Or very quickly, as the case may be.
Done.
Pout? Oh, her name's Juliet. That explains everything. This dark-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she is depressed or simply bored. Greetings. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings, yes. I am named Juliet. How may I— Oh, never mind. Leave me be, please. She gives an exasperated sigh. What's wrong? Oh, nothing at all. Only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase its dreadful, tedious passage. Is your life so tedious? Alas, it is. She sighs, closing her eyes and massaging her temples. Dreadfully boring. That comes off as a creeper. Let's go up to the question's gaze. Slant. Oh, go on if thou must. What are you doing here? Juliet exhales a long and forlorn sigh. You realize she's not even really looking at you. Juliet, did you hear me?
Updated my journal.
Oh, I was not truly listening. My apologies. But certainly thou hast not come simply to deliver a litany of questions on my life of tedium and my tedious doings. You know what, screw it, let's go about it. She frowns at you and rolls her eyes. Doubtful at best. I am already with a man, sir, and I do love him dearly. 'Tis just that I wish— She taps her fingers against her chin. Something more of our liaison. There's a problem with the relationship? Yes, there is a problem. She huffs, in that there are no problems to speak of. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly, his siblings love my siblings, and our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going so smoothly. 'Tis not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. I don't know about that. Dost thou not? Hast thou ever had such a courtship? She glances briefly at you. 'Twould seem that thy life is filled with a variety of problems, judging by the pallor of thy skin. I can't remember any courtships I have had. The remnants of the ones I have encountered suggest that I may have had some problems. 'Tis just that all my friends have such interesting relationships. One's fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers at one another's backs, poison, mad siblings, and irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me and whom the world loves. She sighs again. A great source of annoyance. How I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up. Morty floats close to you, whispering, I feel sorry for a lover. He doesn't know how bad he has it. A chit like this is nothing but trouble. That doesn't sound wise, Juliet. Relish what you have. I wish to experience troubles, though. I wish to experience the ups and downs of courtship, but with him no other. She sighs. Ah, such a thing as love. It can be as dull as a club and is of no use to an aspiring sensei. If it is really love, then it shouldn't be dulling. And then again, the world doesn't understand love that's gonna sound very pretentious, but I don't know. I grew up with the Catholic Church. They have a very different definition of love than the rest of the world. That's all I'll say. What do you have in mind to spice things up? I am not sure. Some element of danger, or jealousy. Something intense. You know what? Let's keep going on this. I wonder what else would be going on. Let's see. Come on, you. An aspiring sensei? Oh, jeez, this again? Okay, so it looks like I'm not going to get very much out of it. Is the relationship lacking then? The only thing it lacks is excitement, sir. Why don't you make up some fake love letters from a hidden affair? Juliet's eyes brighten. Excellent notion. Most excellent. She suddenly frowns. But he knows my handwriting. Wilt that route something for me? Not my sort of thing. I can find you some, though. Oh, wouldst thou? Excellent. When thou dost find some, please give them to my love, Montague. He may be found within the Civic Fest Hall. As for the letters, please try Scufflaw Pen. He runs a print shop in the lower ward. I thank thee.
Updated my journal.
Is that really something I want to be engaging in, though? I don't know. I think probably the best thing I could do is... Actually, wait, Montague. Where have I heard that name before? Let me go back to the dialogue window. Montague. Where have I seen that? Maybe found within the Civic Fest Hall. I could just go talk to him directly. I better write that down. I'm gonna be here a while, so I might as well be writing stuff down that'll apply elsewhere. So, talk to Montague, Civic Fest Hall, about relationship. I'd probably edit this out, but you know what? The music's nice, so I'm gonna let you deal with it. Okay. Now, let's see what you're up to. Oh, please. Guys, out of the way! This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Greetings. The smiling young woman curtsies gracefully and looks up to you, smiling. Well met, good sir. I'm Nenny, and how are you this fine day? She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Mouth? Mouse? What? What is wrong with me? Oh my, you're hurt. All over. Morty spins around you, mocking the girl's obviousness. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars. They're all old scars. I'm fine. She nods quietly, lowering her hand. I had some questions. Huh? She can't seem to tear her eyes from your scars. Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I am named Nenny. She makes a little curtsy. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our brothel for the slating of intellectual lusts. She returns to staring at your body. You have tattoos under those scars, too. What's that one? She points to one of your tattoos. That one's... looks fascinating. Look at all the way the lines of ink... I think that's ink. She squints at the tattoo, then reaches out to touch it. I think that's ink. She traces a finger around the edge of the tattoo. Is it ink? And what a pattern! Look at the way the lines intersect here. She touches the center of the tattoo. That's simply amazing. She purses her lips and frowns in disappointment. I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars. There's nothing to be done about the scars. They're permanent. Oh, I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them. But I have to know. Are you absolutely sure you're alright? I'm looking at you and I can't help but believe you're not in some pain. None of the physical variety, really. Oh, are you hurt inside? In the head? She clasps her hands eagerly. Mayhap I can help. In fact, I know I can. Part of a sensate's training is to learn how to draw hurt from others. My mistress says a sensate may draw pain from a wound and bring it into oneself. But nonetheless, I can help. May I try? Please say yes. Your mistress? Oh yes. Then he says brightly, Mistress Grace. She's the most wonderful person I've ever known. Tell me about Mistress Grace. She's so beautiful, isn't she? It's hard to believe she's from the lower planes. She's so nice and smart. I understand. Go ahead, try and help me. Then he clasps her hands and makes to rest them lightly on your forehead. As she draws near, you notice Nettie's skin is lightly perfumed with the scent of lilacs. She rests her gloved hand gently upon your forehead and closes her eyes. She hums lightly to herself, and you feel a faint warmth spreading throughout your body. Thanks. That felt nice. Sure, so glad I could help. Nettie beams at you. She seems ready to burst with joy. I had a question. Please ask. What are you doing here? I'm talking to you, silly. Just like I talk to all the patrons here. All the prostitutes do. That's what the brothel's about. Learning new ways to talk and share experiences and understand other people. Can you tell me about this place? Sure I can. The Brothel for Slating Intellectual Lust is a school that was started by Mistress Fall from Grace. The prostitutes here, like me, are taught the ins and outs of talking to people, all to help us learn more about ourselves and others. I love it here. It's a non-stop wave of experiences crashing into me, filling my head with fresh new ideas. Morty mutters to himself. I guess it's good that there's something in there. Jeez, Morty, and I thought I was cynical. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Oh, Echo. Yes, she's a mysterious one, isn't she? Do you know that she never speaks? Truly. Then he leans in and lowers her voice. I think she was emotionally wounded, so badly that she may never speak again. I bet Delora knows, because she sometimes talks to the last lover Echo had when she still spoke. Do you know anything about Revel Puzzle World?
Updated my journal.
No, sorry. That's a great name, though. I'll bet she's a really interesting person. Hey, you should ask Yves about her. Yves collects all kinds of stories. I'll say. Okay, I'm assuming Yves was that woman I talked to a while back, the one with all the stories. And Echo. So, are you the silent prostitute? This striking young woman has the skin the color of burnished copper. A translucent white dress, held precariously by golden clasps, is draped carefully over her shapely form. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. I have some questions. May I ask why you can't communicate? Okay. Do you know the word that will undo the multiverse if it's spoken? Her eyes widen in surprise, then she gives you a beaming smile, rolling her eyes and shaking her head. May I ask if it was something else then? Are you emotionally wounded? Is that why you can't speak? I wonder if I can go back and mention that. Let's find out. Okay. So it looks like everyone in the brothel has their own opinion as to what exactly happened to Echo.
I'm gone.
I guess I'll have to talk to all of them eventually. Okay, no one in this room.
Done.
No one in that room either. A sparse room too. Wait, what the heck? Where does this lead? Okay, screw everything else.
I'm gone.
Brothel's cellar.
I'm gone.
Ah, these look like sensory stones.
All right.
This amber-colored stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with soft yellow light. Inscribed into its bases are the words Kimaxi Addertongue.
Done.
Wait, is this a burial ground, or...?
All right.
Those look like sensory stones, but it doesn't look like
I'm
I can
gone.
touch them. I wonder if I
Alright.
asked the caretaker about them.
Done.
Well, let's see. How many are there?
Alright. Alright.
I can't tell if the cushions are colored something different or if it's just a trick of the light. This man looking... I can't speak today. The man, looking slightly puzzled, nods as you approach. Greetings, sir. Might I ask how you came to be here? I just came down those stairs, through that strange door I found. I'd best work at concealing it a bit better then. He shrugs, then smiles at you. I'm the brothel's caretaker, by the way. You're not supposed to be down here, really, but it's alright if you look about for a bit. I had some questions. He smiles nervously. I really shouldn't even allow you down here, let alone be chatting with you. Please, no questions for now. Tell me what this place is, at least. It's where the lady's sensory stones are kept. They use them as diaries of a sort. You won't be able to use them if that's what you're thinking. Each of them is attuned to one particular student of the brothel, so that only she may access the stone.
Updated my journal.
Interesting. So...
I'm gone.
That's an interesting idea. I wonder if I could convince any of them
Alright,
to
alright.
let me look at their sensory stones. Interesting. That's an idea there. I might have to try that. Let's see what you have to say. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing of her face. Greetings. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes? Come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room, storming behind my partition like so. Rude and foolhardy. You can hear a faint whispering sound, like a slight breeze, or the hissing of serpents. Morty whispers quietly. Wow, creepy chit. My apologies, my lady. I wasn't sure if someone was here. The woman gives a slight but it would seem there is someone in the room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way, then? Not just yet. I had some questions. Ask. Why do you remain behind this screen? It is your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? Ha ha ha. Marissa laughs, and there is the sound of scales sliding on scales. Nay, I think not. The darkness suits me, and doubtless suits you here as well. Doubtless suits you as well. Why is it so dark in here? To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties. Now, what is it that you want? I want you to come into the light. Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now, what do you want? Surely you did not come all this way to see me. I do want to see what you look like. You have no such want. Oh, I do. What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. Are you a human male? Yes. Are you wounded in the throat? I can't see, but I believe so, yes. Describe yourself for me. I'm tall, muscular, and horribly scarred. Indeed? She pauses for a moment. How are you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind. I do not wish to know. Now describe yourself for me. Marissa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, hair made up of writhing asps and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut. Are you a fiend?
Updated my journal.
Marissa laughs lightly, the sound accompanied by a slight hissing. No, hardly. Though I have powers some might call fiendish, my glance turns living things to stone, for instance. From beings of flesh to statuary with that of an eyelash. Living things to stone? Could you turn, say, a limb into a statue?
Updated my
I
journal.
suppose I could, had you a limb, and were I inclined to do so, and I might be so inclined had I my crimson veil, but I do not know where it has gone. Have you seen it, perchance? No. What is it for? Is it just a normal veil? Marissa sighs quietly. No, not quite. It aids me in communication. Face-to-face communication, that is. Why do you need to hide your face? Enough with these asinine questions. How tiresomely annoying you are. Now, what do you want? What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once, though her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl, though. Ask the lore of her. She made friends of an old lover of Echoes, I have heard. Can you tell me about this place? No, I'm not in the mood. I'm sure one of the girls here would be happy to tell you all about Mistress Grace's little school for aspiring sensates. Go find one of them. Okay, so she's a Medusa? I don't know. Actually, wait, no, Medusa's the name of a specific
All right.
person who's like that. I can't remember the exact name, though, of what exactly they are.
I'm
Now.
gone. Done.
This tall, elegant woman, with her sharp features and regal demeanor, is a striking example of aristocratic beauty. Her clothes appear to be spun of silver thread, and a small vial dangles from her necklace. She is perfumed with an exotic, erotic scent that seems to draw you towards her. Greetings. She looks you over, arcing an eyebrow with what you sense to be disdain. Greetings. My name is Vivian. Wow, I really can't speak today. My name is Vivian. Am I to presume I am being summoned? No, I just had some questions. She nods imperiously. Go on, then. I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know where it might be? Were I to know its location, I'd set it alight and cast its remains into the deepest of pits. May that wretched thing never find her precious veil, and be confined to that chamber for the rest of her days. What are you doing here? Aside from my work as a student here, I am looking for something, actually. You would not have to have smelled it, would you? Smelled it? Yes, I have a particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. It is somewhat difficult to keep in one place. I hope that someone did not take it by accident, though you never know with the ladies around here. So, by any chance, you have smelled it somewhere? How can a scent go wandering? Vivian shakes her head. I had meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times, and have been known to take my various perfumes for themselves. This time, though, someone has absconded with my own personal scent. I worked on that scent, perfected it, and now, poof, 'tis gone. I need not bear such annoyances. Vivian stomps her feet. I want that scent back, and I want it now. How would you know it if you found it? You would know it by smell, I assure you. 'Tis quite striking, especially to men. I can help you. Vivian seems dubious. Are you certain? I do not wish to impose. No imposition. I am pleased to help such a lovely woman as yourself.
Updated my journal.
Anna mumbles something angrily. You catch the word piking an idjit stick. Vivian smiles and nods to you. You are too kind. Very well, if you run across it, please let me know. I am somewhat anxious to get it back. A one-of-a-kind scent, really. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? You mean Echo? She's a dear. Quiet. Vivian frowns. That may be part of the charm. There is all manner of speculation as to why she is silent, but I think 'twas that her heart was most horribly broken. Delora might know best. She had been known to speak to a man Echo once loved, before she lost her voice. Okay.
Right.
That's
Done.
a thing. Is there anyone here I haven't talked to? Adder tongue. That doesn't sound fun. The wild-looking tiefling girl meets your eyes, gaze with angry scowl. Her tattooed body is practically naked, covered by only a narrow leather thong, a black cloth brassiere, and armored shoulder pads that appear to serve more as decoration rather than actual protection. Her spiked hair, as well as the thin fur that covers her goat-like legs, is brassy white, and numerous silver rings dangle from her ears, nostrils, lips, and brow. She wears a leather collar around her throat with the inscription Kimashki Addertongue. Greetings. Kimashki I can't speak. Bares her teeth at you. And just what are you looking at, you banged up sod? My friend thought you were attractive, but whoa, was he ever horribly mistaken? She sneers at Morty, then looks below him, where her body would normally be. Sharp tongue, for a stemless debtor. I want to see where this goes. Like I'd let mine be anywhere near if I had one. What, did you hear the word brothel and think you could make some jink here, you flat-beated gutter whore? Can't believe they even let you in the door with all those ticks hopping off your shaggy legs. Ticks? The only annoying insect around here is you. She suddenly turns to you. Hey, you here to talk to me or what? Or what? What else can I do with you? What do you have in mind, you sodding jawbox? Go ahead, give me a reason to say no to you. What do you usually do for patrons? I'm a practitioner of abuse. What's that mean? I'll show you. Her hand lashes out to slap your face, but you manage to barely dodge the blow. Kimashki outs visibly, then scowls. Oh well. Do I dare? Say, can you teach Morty here to be more abusive? She raises her eyebrows. Now that's an unusual request. I don't know, it seems pretty foul-mouthed already. He seems pretty foul-mouthed. Can actually blunderdung, you scruffy goat-gammed harlot. You wish you had legs like mine, you pitiful of a bone box. I can walk, run, dance. What do you do? Bop around wishing you had a pair, goat or oats or otherwise? The two of them lay into one another, exchanging barbed, blistering insults and clashing with rage-wrecked tongues. At last, the two stop their bickering, and eerie silence settles over them as they eye one another hatefully. Finally, the tiefling makes a grudging admission to Morty. You're not bad, really. Not bad at all. Better than you, perhaps? Morty waggles his eyebrows at her. Eh? Eh? Kimaxi narrows her eyes at Morty. Don't push it, skull.
New taunts, alright.
I won't, Tiefling. I'll admit I might have learned a thing or two, though. Good thinking, Chief. Sure thing, Morty. Kimashi turns to you. So was that all you wanted? I'm not spending any more time near you than I have to. Actually, I had some questions. The tiefling rolls her eyes. And what makes you think I care? Why don't you lick my backside? Oh, that's such a good comeback, but I really don't think that's a... Would that be a good idea? I mean, you are someone... Screw it. My tongue's not wide enough, and I don't like hair in my mouth. Well, you seem to like the taste of offal in your mouth, you dung-breathed cretin. Only because it's like kissing you, you mangy stinkpot. Kiss me? She makes a retching sound. I'd rather kiss a bloody mass of phlegm than lay my lips on you. No thanks. Don't thank me. Thank the power someone actually wants to kiss you. Kimashi looks at a loss for something to say. For an instant, a smile threatens to crack the grimacing mask of her face. Then she becomes more of a basilisk than ever. Oh, that's a good line. Alright, what do you want of me? Questions answered. She looks annoyed. Fine, whatever. Ask. What can you tell me about the silent prostitutes? What, that echo chit? Don't know anything about her. Don't talk to the girl. I mean, why? Not like she can talk back. Ask Frigid Delora about her. I think I saw her playing Go with an old crush of echoes back from when she could talk. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Try a hive gutter. Or perhaps that's just a similar aroma. To be serious, though, Marissa stole it. Marissa? Are you sure? No, but I'm hoping you'll go stomping into her room and upset her enough to do something awful to you. I'm trying to find Marissa's crimson veil. Do you know where it might be? She smirks. Up your arse, perhaps? Hells, I don't know. Kimashi smooths back her hair, which instantly springs back up into a spiky mess. Do you know anything about Brothel Puzzlewell? What would I know about her? I look like a scholar or something to you? Go ask someone more learned. Or you this. She'll probably have at least one story about her in that pile of tales she carries around in her bone box. Oh, and squat on a halberd while you're at it. Jeez, abuse indeed. Okay, why did... Oh, I must have hit attack. Okay.